Hi, and welcome to this episode of Little Sprout Speech TV. Grab your pen and paper because today it's been another relaxing Sunday and I'm here with you in my kitchen again. I was just working on a cute little art project for the baby's room, but it has her name on it, so I can't share it yet since we haven't announced the name. But we're in our last 3 weeks home stretch. Anyways, I wanted to share with you guys today a little bit about the topic of sharing. And the reason why we're talking about sharing is because it's come up a lot on our Facebook page, and I want to give you guys 3 pointers that really tie into this concept. So get that pen and paper ready. Tip number 1 is first you need to ask yourself a question. Is your child attempting to go and play with other children, or do they prefer to play on their own? Because if your child really prefers to play on their own and they're not really ready to enter into that scene with other kids yet, then whose agenda are we talking about here, right? Is it us as a parent that wants our child to go and interact with other children and play with them? Or is it your child who really wants to do that? So that's the first question. If your child is trying to go and play with other kids and isn't quite sure how to, push in or begin that interaction, then you're going to want to pay attention to these next 2 tips. If they're not quite ready, wait till they are, and then at that point, come back and watch this video. Let's go to tip number 2. So tip number 2 is when your child is not quite sure how to start talking to other friends, it's not a good idea to just throw them into it and expect they're going to go and start playing with other kids on the playground and just know what to do right away. No, we need to teach them that. So tip number 2 is practice at home, or in other words, role play. And what does that really mean? Well, role playing is exactly that, as I said, practicing at home. So you may practice, if there's a sibling at home, you can use the sibling, or if it's just you and your child, you can practice what you say. So you might say, "Hi," and then you have your child repeat "hi," and then you might say, "My name's Hallie," and you go back and forth just practicing how they might enter that situation. Once they seem to get comfortable with that, then we can go to tip number 3, which is to have a play date, an arranged play date with a child that may be compatible with your child. So if your child is someone who really can't handle, another child who's very loud and very active, then we don't want to start playing with other children who are loud and active. We want to find someone who's calmer and who your child may be more responsive to. And then you can try with your support, you're going to try and help your child to say, "Hi, so-and-so." And then, have the other child say, "Hi," back to your child. And then, "Do you want to play?" And so forth. So like you were doing when you were role playing at home with just the 2 of you. So I hope that makes sense. This is how I have helped other children do this in different situations out, on a playground or at a preschool camp or, in various different scenarios. But this works. And if you take this approach, then you might find that your child really does enjoy playing with other children if that's what they're ready for. So let's review real quick. Tip number 1 was ask yourself if your child wants to play with other kids, or is it really more your agenda and you kind of want them to. We don't want to push them until they're ready. Tip number 2, role play at home. And tip number 3, practice with a child on an arranged play date who is compatible with your kiddo. That's it for this week. I look forward to talking to you guys same time, same place next week. This is Hallie Bulkin signing off.